to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Second that.
All in favor? Motion of Council Vice President. I'll nominate Don Burton.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Town attorney, contract. Motion to the contract for town attorney. You put that you want to see this here.
Maybe I want you guys to speak loud. We've had complaints that people can't hear when they're watching the meeting. You might want to say it real loud and clear.
That's sentence last year.
Yes.
I'll make a motion for town attorney.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Please put it here. On that after the meeting. Zoning administrator appointment.
Nominate Bill Brown.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Building inspector. Go.
I nominate Bill Brown. I'll second it.
All in favor? Planning and zoning appointees, Curtis Conley is to renew the president appoints himself, appoint Curtis Conley back on the planning and zoning board.
You have it down on the wrong date. You need him, he can be here in a few minutes.
If we wouldn't mind, we might have to.
Okay.
What? Board of zoning appeals, Murray Stouts, remember that used to want that Murray? Just one about the town council, so I need a motion to approve Murray.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Park and Rec, Greg Mosaic, turn run out, and president appoints himself, appoint Greg Mosaic back on the park board. Then you have the Region 15 board. Donna, you want that?
Yeah.
Okay, Donna working on that. Mariah Hill Sewer Board, Larry. Okay, Larry May.
I think you
Are
have
you-
to have motions for all this.
Oh,
You're supposed to have motions for this.
we need a motion for Tommy Workman for Region 15.
I'll make that motion.
One second.
All in favor? Mariah Hill Sewer Board, Larry May.
I'll make a motion to let Larry back on the. I'll second it.
All in favor? Dutch County Emergency Management Agency Advisory Council, Murray, you want that again?
No, not this time.
That's the other. The board that I'm on.
Yeah, I think you're on.
Yeah, I took your spot.
Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Scott, you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to nominate Scott for the EMA.
I'll second it.
All in favor? You okay, Cindy?
I'm doing it.
Dale Fall Festival Board, member of the town. Nathan, you want that?
Make a motion for Nathan on the Del Fall Vegetable Board. I'll second it.
Yeah, the one that's federal funded, Cindy.
I'm fine.
I need a motion for Cindy.
I'll make a motion for Cindy Morrison to be on the Del Kiwanis.
will be the same as we've had in the past. Here it is. Okay, we usually send a letter each year, and we, put on here, the Dale County Council needs to update our intentions as to how we use our allotted lit economic development funds for the year 2026. The following are plans in no particular order: improvements to town hall, town improvements, wastewater improvements, drinking water improvements, park and recreation improvements, community center improvements, sidewalks, street improvements, stormwater improvements, and town utility buildings. So if you, agree with this, you can make a motion to pass the
Motion to receive the letter.
I'll make that motion.
Second. All in favor? I need a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting and special meeting.
All in favor? Park and Rec, John's not here. Police Department?
No, all our training was completed for last year. We do have some contracts and stuff for our training for the following year, for our online and the local ones that we go to for firearms and defensive tactics and stuff like that, so. And as I told you at the last meeting, I would check with B&B on the insurance for side-by-sides. I went over there Tuesday and talked to the ladies, and they said they do not require, when they want to register for side-by-sides, to register their side-by-sides, they do not ask for proof of insurance. So I just told you I would look into that, so I mean, you know what about that.
Now, I don't know this thing, but I'm thinking like this, it's in on golf carts, home insurance covers that, I don't know.
On some, yes.
I'll look up the side by side.
I know, it depends on each homeowner's policy is different. But in order to register it, they do not require that you have proof of insurance, or they don't ask for it. They recommend that you have it, but they do not check to make sure that you have insurance on it. Yeah, but how do they enforce it? That's my question.
Did you have something going great up on insurance?
I did some Googling and counties are required to have it. District counties are with the highlights.
We'll get to that on down.
Yeah, give that a
Water Department?
Don't really have much of anything, a whole lot, everything seems to be going pretty good. I know that the Porter State out there, they're tapped in, they don't have their meter in as far as I know, but they're tapped in, and that all went successful. That's about the biggest news I got for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Wastewater?
Nothing, everything seems to be running just pretty good out the wastewater plant. I did have an IDM inspection in December, and no violations, and it all went real well. So,
Good.
other than that, we're good.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Street Department?
Yes, as, just FYI people, the house on 210 North Walls, the house that burnt, that lot is, that house been removed, a lot cleaned up. And, something a lot of people don't realize that we have several people walk around town in the morning, and I appreciate they'll let me know if they see things that we don't always see. And I want to thank Bella Varner. She, lets me know if she sees something that needs to be addressed, or, she volunteers to do things. Some of our decorative light posts need some paint done on, I splash the paint, and she volunteers to take care of little things like that. And I appreciate our, Bella for saw and offers things that, need to be addressed around town. We appreciate that. And, our town marshal, Scott, we talked the other day, since the apartments are now open, Allison Estates or whatever, on Vine, their entrance is actually on Vine Street, and Scott had, noticed that we only just got a couple of speed limit signs on that road, so I have the post and actually some new speed limit signs that we're gonna look into, add a few more speed limit signs, to both ends. We're gonna look into that. I already have materials to do that, so. And, I do have, some of the decorative light posts. I got about, 4 of the lights that's out and the sockets were bad. You know, I did find some parts to fix that. I just have to take the time, and then I have to ask somebody to lift me up to replace some of the ceramic type sockets where they screw into, they're just getting bad. But, soon we'll get that taken care of, is, when, we have the time to do so. We installed a new stop sign at the corner of Brown and Gaines Street, and, stop sign on the corner of, Cherry and Dunn Street. And that's just kind of a lane that comes up from the church up there that, we heard some of the residents there mention that people just kind of shot out there, so we put up a little stop sign there too, just a precautionary thing. And, Scott and I here, last week, we, Midwest or engineering on the community crossing grants, and our street maps need to be updated. And some of we reviewed that map and know some things, and some of the names of the streets or some of the old names, and we went over that and wrote notes down, and we're gonna update that, street map. Supposed to meet with a gentleman from, Midwest before the February 5th meeting. And, we're gonna update the map for the up and coming crossing grants to make sure all our mileages are right and the names of the streets as far as the towns are right for the grants, so. And thanks to Laura Liv, who, when I get out and see street lights out, I know I write the pole numbers down and where they're at and everything. She's the one that has to keep on center point, but believe it or not, they got 4 more taking care of this damn pole. I'm in state of shock. But, little by little, most of the street lights in town, most of them are LED lights now, so. We keep, watching out for them. When one goes up, we try to, I'll say glory on it. But, other than that, that's about all I have.
You said, they enter on Vine Street, they could also enter on Brown.
On Brown, yes. And I know, Kevin and Scott, they're patrolling that little closer too, since there are people, they are moving in there now.
Oh, they are?
Oh, yes, yeah, there's people living there now. I kind of go through there and check things out, but, I know it's, Scott and Kevin, they know about watching we may have to add another sign down there too, the way it's looking just in case, but. Now, Vine Street's our main entrance, so, and I agree, we need some more speed limit signs, both ways coming into that, so. And we have the materials for that, so.
How about the weight limit sign on Sunset?
Yeah, that's, I can't want to have a shot, but yeah, I need to update them too. I just wanted to get a speed limit sign on both ends more than anything at the time, so. That's something I don't have, is weight limit signs.
Okay, thank you. Tough Couch, Street Troll.
I'm a Cub Scout from Huntersville, Indiana. Can I ask you guys some questions?
Certainly, sir.
Mayor, when did you first get elected?
Well, I was appointed because there was an open position last year. That's when I took over. When did you first get elected?
How often is the election held for your position?
If there needs to be one, which there hasn't been the last 2 years,
no one opposes. It's every 4 years.
Right. Is there a limit on how long you can be in your position?
I've been on the board for 22 years, and then president for what, maybe 8 years.
Nathan, were you elected by majority or popularity vote?
There wasn't enough to run against me, so I was just not on, go back to vote.
Larry, how many votes did you receive?
196.
I don't remember.
Wait, what was the percentage of people eligible to vote in your election actually voted?
What was the percentage of what?
What percentage of people eligible to vote in your election actually voted?
Gosh, probably 65%. Kind of a guess.
That's all the questions I have. Thanks for answering my questions and have a nice evening.
Thank you.
The population of Dale is just a little over 1,600.
New business, or want to bring up side by side, I was kind of hoping Bruce would be here for that. Is he gonna be here, Scott, or not?
He said he would be here as soon as he can. So he could be here in a few minutes.
Didn't know when you first here.
Okay.
Get him.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, the crossing grant, they have, advertised their bids. A packet will be here tomorrow if anyone wants to look at it. We will open the bids at the February meeting. So we're ready to move on with another project. So we're excited about that.
Do you have any public comments?
I apologize. I apologize.
On the new business, we're gonna bring up side by side again.
Okay.
You got here, Bruce. Do I got comments on that? Talk about it. Two meetings. It's really responsibility of the town, Bruce, as far as if they're actually in front of the town, that way responsible.
All the town does is permit them to operate on the town streets, because it depends what we put in the ordinance. If we say we're just letting them use the streets, DNR or whoever is your motor vehicles, we have no more responsibility, I don't think, than automobile. Faulty design, failure to enforce or whatever. But I don't think we have any more legal responsibility than an automobile, because and I think you've read those restrictions in the statute of what we can and can't do.
Right.
It says we can't do a lot.
We can't require a permit. There's there's nothing about insurance, requiring insurance or anything like that,
And we can't, I think if we put in there we require inspection, we might have some liability.
So it's going to
If we miss something,
state statute.
we theoretically say they relied on, individual relied on our inspection. And we miss something.
But we don't require.
And as I read that
what's the state requirement as far as insurance and stuff? There isn't any, is there?
Not in the statute.
That's a concern to me, because if they have an accident on a roadway, you know, they're gonna be liable. I mean, if they don't have insurance, whose insurance is gonna pay for somebody's death or something like that, if something happens, you know?
The homeowners.
If you look at the papers I brought you, the county covers insurance. I got a highlighted area right there for Spencer, Du Bois, and Warwick. It says that the county requires you to have proof of insurance to drive on. So that would cover all the cities.
And if you want to, I mean, even for insurance, you can make anybody drive to have an insurance policy that names the town of Dale as an additional insured.
That other handbook, there's a Indiana State handbook, also a handbook, about the 4th page in, there's a highlighted line in there too. That says the town gives you, the town has a right to, you know, you have to drive in certain towns, you have to look at their ordinances, so that kind of, I would think, would give you the right to do what you wanted in your town.
So if you're going against the state statute, as far as
I think that would be tough to enforce. If you let a town resident operate on town, I don't think even out of town resident you could. If you let off-road vehicle owner, I think you have to treat the out of town and the in town residents the same. And now how are you going to enforce an out of town resident put insurance on? I mean, you can put it in your ordinance, but you won't know until after the fact.
Complicated every week.
You understand what I'm saying? Say somebody drives in 5 miles away, 3 miles away.
yeah, because we passed in town ordinance saying that they can have side by sides, and somebody from outside the town can come in and say, well, you've got an ordinance saying that we can allow side by sides, and I don't know,
The county still requires you to have it all over the county, according to that. I got that right off the website, but they require you to have proof of insurance with your vehicle.
Because I drive a vehicle.
Huh?
Because I drive a
It's
vehicle.
like driving a vehicle, that'd be like driving a Du Bois County car driving in town. It'd be the same thing, it just, you know, I have the registration and insurance cards right there for mine.
That's all. We don't require insurance at all. Our ordinance does. Yes, that's a different ordinance.
that's where the catch-22 is, because vehicle and off-road are two different vehicles. You know, state requires that motor vehicles have insurance. State statute says that UTVs, according to the DNR, does not have requirements for insurance. So, I mean, that's where the catch-22 is on that.
Where does the liability fall? Ultimately, we want to protect town residents and town people and this board as well. So we want to figure out where the liability.
The liability fall on the owner, the operator of the vehicle.
Comes back to the owner of the operator, but can also come back to the town of Dale for allowing them to have that in their ordinance to have that vehicle in the town of Dale.
You'd have to.
I mean, it's like with the county, it's almost like with the county commissioner. If anything that happens in the county, falls back to the county commission. So we're the governing body for the town of Dale. If something happens in the town of Dale and they don't have insurance, then it's gonna come back to the town of Dale.
No,
How do you know that?
you'd have to establish some sort of negligence on the county.
What's the difference of having, I mean, I'm just asking, like, somebody that doesn't have insurance on their car and gets in a car accident? Would we, we're not liable at that point? Right? Yeah.
I mean, it's illegal for them to have that big citation or whatever, but it's not for town of Dale to enforce.
Right.
I mean, I appreciate you doing everything that you're doing that you've done to look all that up. I just wanna make sure that we're making the right decision.
I don't see a problem with it. I called several today on my way to Bloomington, trying to do Bloomington and all over the place. And, all over the place. Well, they, I don't know what they're supposed to do. And all they were hauling all the time, especially on 33 night, they were all over the place, pulling trailers, hay rides, oh, cool.
Let's say we pass that over, we want to know.
Yes, now you want to limit, I think we limit the hours.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't want after whatever night, evening, not before a certain time in the morning, if you want to, you have 24/7. I think that's one of the few things that, should we choose to limit it, that's one of the things you can limit is when, once you say you can be on our property, I think we limit when you can be on our property. Does that make sense?
We need to limit the hours.
That's, and as I read it and I understand, that's one of the few things that the statute don't let us limit.
What kind of hard say somebody's gonna drive one to work, they're expensive,
Yeah, I'm not saying you have to, but I heard that question brought up, so I think probably need to address it. But if you want to limit it or not, I think it's just a policy decision.
Well, they're expensive, they have 2 different shifts.
Yeah.
They're gonna be going on.
And if you don't, then you can opt it or, amend it, like you said. If anything doesn't work, you can amend it. Go again. But it's not, once you adopt an ordinance, it's not permanent.
Bill,
That question may be out of line, but what is it side by side versus a side by side that you use on the farm? You don't take it off the farm, you still have your license and all that stuff?
If you ever get it on the road,
Right.
you need it. You need the sticker and comply with that.
That's what I'm saying is, do you have to have a town, just to come to town?
If you're gonna you get on the road, you gotta comply with the DNR. Have to keep it in your own cow pasture.
That's what I mean.
Then I'm not sure what the regulations, I think the regulations are less, but there's still some regulation, I think, to it in that ordinance. But the BMV and the DNR kicks in once you get on anybody else's property but your own, which includes public streets.
So State Road 62 out here, Metcalf, that's a state highway, correct?
Correct.
Or side by side allowed on state highway?
Cross it, no. They can cross it, but they can't.
So we would have to put a restriction that they couldn't be on State Road 62.
No, the state has that restriction.
State already has that.
That's a state restriction.
Same with Buck Road. We go across it, we just can't get on it. We go down Washington all the way down.
So if they get caught on 62 and they don't have it registered through the state, then they can get ticketed, right?
They get ticketed regardless.
What would
be your age limit, then you would allow people to ride these side by sides if you pass this.
There's stipulated in the, I don't have a copy of it with the states.
Fourteen is,
18 in a valid driver's license with the state.
what is it?
What is it? 18 in a valid driver's license.
Yeah, I think that's.
Unless you like, of course, you're driving on your farm or something. I think it's 14.
And then they're required to have helmets too, aren't they?
Anybody under 18.
Anybody under 18 has to have a
But
helmet on.
it said if you have a child in there and a child seat buckle, then that'll be okay as long as you got roll bars. Which all of them have roll bars. You're supposed to have headgear on if you're under 16 riding, and that's you have a helmet. You got riders with you.
That's the 18. Except on land owned under the control of individual parent legal guardian. And that's 14.
So it's 18.
And that's have a helmet. Any passenger under 18 has to have a helmet on. If it's operated between sunset and sunrise, has at least one headlight and one tail light. Has to have adequate brakes.
Kind of information, nothing is worth it. Keep shopping on, so we all send it to the work. Every other town around here has it.
That's fine.
As far as ours, can we kind of wait on that, and maybe can we change that later, or?
Sure. I mean, yeah.
But, I'm not sure what we were using for it, but right on the work, so.
It says sunrise, sunset during the summer. You know, sunset around here don't happen until 10 o'clock at night, you know? I think we need, if we're gonna do it, you know, put some type of time limit at nighttime. Don't need them running around at 10 o'clock at night.
well, the hours of hunting. Hunting hours.
I don't think we need to get time on it. We don't have time on the golf cart. They all have headlights, headlights.
And we had trouble, I would say we had trouble with middle of the night or something, we didn't.
Yeah.
Roll that too, right, Bruce?
Yeah, we changed it, said, no, you can't, there's a problem.
No problem with any of them, we can change it or send it, but we want to do so. Sometimes they give it a shot and do that. What do you think, Larry?
Like I said, we can always resend it.
Well, I guess I'll ask for a motion to approve something.
Did you have an ordinance up?
Here it is, last time part got signed,
Okay.
but I didn't see that was up here.
I was gonna say, I know I've got something sitting on my desk.
Hand that to Bruce.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, that's the one,
Yeah.
actually, probably need to change the numbers to 26. You know, if that's what you.
Oh.
But it's, yeah, that's the ordinance that I had drafted end of the year. Well, just change the number from it.
I'll make a motion to allow.
Adopting that ordinance.
Yes.
You make sure adopt that one. What do you think? Somebody to second, Dr. Hardin.
Second.
All in favor? Votes back 3-2.
You gotta ask for a post.
Yeah, you have to ask for a vote or
Hold the ordinance.
I just remember a school teacher that was killed on one of those, and I never will forget it. That's my opinion.
That's brother-in-law killed him.
Yeah. We need a motion for the ordinance passed.
Yes.
I guess ours actually passed, though.
Well,
No,
now
no,
inadvertent
it
sign.
was after the signature stuff, you guys signed it, we grabbed it.
Oh.
It's not gonna constitute, it's not gonna.
So you need to type up another one?
You can use that, we'll just send that, change the date, or I can.
All right, if you give it like 5 minutes, I can go to the office and get a fresh copy of it.
This already, Donnie already signed this one, didn't he?
Okay, yeah, we need another one. You can pass it and sign it.
Yeah, just stop it and I'll get, I'll bring it. It'll be like that only without the signatures on it. I'll change it to 26 instead of 25.
You'll have it in minutes anyway.
We've got, I think everybody's aware we got a hearing on that rezoning for the piece of property. My date, I better not say dates on
I think
it.
it's the 22nd.
22nd.
It is.
I've established them.
All right.
City, you got anything besides credit report?
No.
Oh, yeah. We need a motion to approve the credit report.
I make a motion through the treasurer's report if given.
Motion to approve the claims.
I'll make a motion to accept the claims.
I'll second it.
Need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Yeah.